Get your people! Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and this is my colleague, Brother Bear.
Hey, how we going?
And today, we're welcoming you to the Jwar Isles, because today we're going to have a look at... Let's not dance around this at all. We're not introducing you to anybody nice. This is the Silvermoon Trade Syndicate, and like everybody that's got a syndicate, there's nothing nice about these guys at all. I don't know of any story that's ever had a syndicate where it was a nice faction. It's always been evil and corrupt.
Yeah, so
Although, if you follow the Star Wars story, by rights, the Trade Syndicate, whilst they were the bad guys, they actually had a point.
Okay.
Well, because the Emperor was manipulating both sides of the argument.
Yeah, I guess, okay. So these guys think Yakuza, think not samurai, sumo. Think you're traveling sort of circus guys. So in Japanese sort of mythology, sort of background. They're knives. Sorry, they're cutthroats. They're not pirates, but they sort of like you got your gambling addicts and that sort of stuff. They've got they even rope in children. They've even got pit fighting dogs. So I know that's a sore topic at the moment, but anyway, very unique sort of style.
It's very much a corrupt organization, and it's not
Yeah.
really trying to pretend to be anything. Because I mean, in the real world, these things all try to pretend like they're not what they're made out to be. Of course, they're not. But these guys have no reason to do that, because what are you going to do about it? Come on, just try and take us. I mean, the Yakuza is obviously the first real-world one that comes to mind. The other one that comes to mind for me, and I don't know what the actual mafia was called, but the one that came after Bruce Lee when he was training people, the Chinese mafia, I don't know what they're called.
Triads.
Triads, thank you.
Yep.
That's the other big one that comes to mind for me when I'm looking at this.
Yeah, so they've got access. This faction, you have a lot of options.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, they have. You can go different routes as well, which I mean, I like. They've got a lot of geishas as well, actually, or roses as they call them. And like their style of play is sort of like manipulating the flow of battle.
Yeah.
They have access to a lot of control, a lot of like distracting sort of like models. Or they can go, or you can really go like brute force with like your sumo or your buto, I should say. Sorry, butos. They have a lot of animal handling, and then they've got like we sort of mentioned gambling. Also, I mentioned gambling. They've got like a luck kami as well, which is quite a cool little model. They've got a lot of different play styles. Their sort of play style is definitely sort of like bribery and extortion.
Yeah.
So if people want to do like key feats, there's guys out there that can go like, oh cool, well to do that you're gonna have to spend not only one key but maybe two or anything like that. They disrupt the flow of battle. Like you're not going to have access to a lot of like hardened fighters, but because they're just the guys in the streets with knives and everything. But I mean, other than sumo, like they do quite well. They also have access to crossbows as well, which I think is only for this faction.
Yeah, I haven't seen that anyone else. There's no Ronin that's available to them though. I might have missed that elsewhere, but I haven't seen anybody else that didn't have anybody at all yet. Oh, hang on, sorry. No, I'm just looking at a certain profile, a certain theme.
Yeah.
So there is one, but you can only take it in the Yakuza's Revenge thing. Sorry, I stand corrected. The other thing that's probably worth noting, there's a comment that you made off camera that I want to repeat, because I actually think it's a very good way of describing it. If you're a Magic the Gathering player, this is your blue deck. 100% that's what this is. It's all about manipulation. It's all about controlling the game and making it your game. So yeah, it's all about the manipulation. It's all about causing fear and intimidating people. It's a blue deck. Is exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't play. I imagine I had a friend make that comment to me, and I thought it was funny.
I deliberately avoided that particular description.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I don't get that, and then I mentioned it to you, and you're like, and I was like, okay, cool, okay, here we go. But yeah. So yeah, they have a vast range of like models, unique to them as well, which are really cool.
Yeah, they do have a huge range.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start with probably my favorite model in the starter box set, which is I'm going to butcher this name, which is the monk. So he hasn't completed his thing. He's probably the most expensive model in the starter, but he's really potent. He's a fire monk. He's got melee 4, so he's a really good fighter. Boost that for 3. He's got movement 4. He's got he's got 6 health, which is pretty good. He's got range of 3, boost. He's got melee of 4, as I mentioned. Sorry, he's got ki 2, can hold 8. He's got Bushido, which is +1 strength, brutal 1, powerful attack 1, slam attack 1, and push defense 0. So you can choose from any one of those abilities, which are really cool. Push attack defense 0 is good as well.
Yeah.
He's got bravery. Funny enough, as a fire monk, he's immune to fire. He's got jump up. So, if you're prone, he can do that for free, which is good. He's got kata. So he counts 1s to melee exchange. And he's got range defense 1. He's got flame on. So he's like Johnny Storm. No, not Johnny Storm. I don't know. Johnny Reed, I think it is, from Fantastic
not Johnny
Four.
Storm. No, you're right. Because he's Sue Storm's brother.
Oh, yeah. Because, Reed is, don't matter. We're going into this. Anyway. So flame on for 2 ki anytime. Because it's, so until the end phase, this model's melee attack gain fire 1 trait. And while this model suffers wounds from melee attack, the attacking model gains a fire 1 marker, which is really cool.
You could have that every turn if you wanted to. I mean, I probably wouldn't until the second turn, but there's very little reason not to use that.
Yeah, pretty potent. He's especially so he's also got Inferno. So for 2 ki, he's for 2 inches. So all other models within the pulse area effect gain a fire 2 marker. So that could also be your own troops. That is correct. But to be able to put other people on fire is pretty good. His unique effects. So if this model is included in your warband, you may also include a Ronin Fire Kami. Whilst within 2 inches of the Fire Kami model, gain aggressive, and this melee. And their melee weapons gain +1 brutal. So this guy makes.
Oh, that's nice.
This guy makes Fire Kami amazing, and in our list we include a Fire Kami because of this way. He's really cool. If you can take 2, take 2. He makes them both brilliant. He's really cool.
Yeah. I'll continue in order. So Shinonasuke cost you 12 rice. He's a Gyoji. He's only got 1 melee dice, so it's not really what he's there for. He can move 4. He's got 5 health. He's got 1 ranged. Again, it's not what he's there for. He can generate 1 ki, but he can hold up to 6. He has a Tanto. There's nothing special about it at all. But he is immune to control. You cannot take control of this man, which is going to annoy some people. And if you're one of those people, then you can go and cry about it, because he doesn't care.
So this guy, just letting you know, this guy is a sumo referee. So that's why he's immune to control. Because he's like, nope, the game must be just. The match must be fair. Yeah. He's also a beautiful model as well. He's really quite cool.
Yeah. So he's got a couple of key abilities. Fumidashi is the first one for 2. Choose a model completely within a scenario zone that model does not count as being in the zone when calculating the zone of control this turn. So he's just, nope, that's disqualified. He's a wrestling referee, is what he is.
No, he's like, you've no. I'm the referee. You technically have put your foot on the line. You're out.
Yeah.
So for some scenario zone of control missions, this guy is brilliant to have because he can go like, nope, and that's only 2 key. Like, it's just amazing.
It's nasty. It's got to be within 6 inches of him though. It's an aura within 6. Kinjite is the next one, which is also 2. Choose any special attack or defense. Models within the area may not declare use of that special ability. So I'm really scared of this one particular model because of this reason, and now you can't do anything. You can't use it anymore.
Yep. So you could go, oh, okay. Sidestep defense, you can't have it.
Yeah.
No cheating. No cheating. That's cheating. This guy's great.
That doesn't work on Blood of Orochi, though, does it?
Special attack or defense? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so it doesn't work. Yeah, I didn't think so. His last one also costs 2. This one's an instant, though. Mada. When an enemy model moves in its own activation into base-to-base with target-friendly model, after its move is complete, move the enemy model directly away from the friendly model until it leaves its zone of control. This is nasty. Again, the target needs to be within 6 inches, so 6 inches for everything on this. I love everything about this guy, and I kind of want to collect Sumo just so that I can... Oh, I want to throw him onto a Rumble Slam board.
I guess you could
I've never seen referees done in a game as a character that you really control, and this just works so well. It feels like it's straight out of the WWE.
Yeah.
Back when they used to let the referees have character.
Yeah. So there is a theme which that you can take for Silvermoon, which is, I think it's called Yakuza's Revenge, which is all the Buto models. Unfortunately, this guy can't be taken in that, but if you don't want to take a theme, you get. But this guy is so good to have for, what's his right? 12 rice is
it's ridiculous. Yeah,
he's really good. He's, as you mentioned, he's not a combat guy. That's not what he's there for. He's there to disturb the flow of battle. Like the fact that for 2 key you can go, oh no, you're not moving into combat with this guy. No, thank you.
Yeah,
no, not allowed to fight him. Like that's just amazing. That's not controlling. That's like just. So that's not, that's not like, so if someone's immune to control, that doesn't count. But it's like, it's just being able to move that model away is just so good.
Yeah.
So
this is the point where I'm now going to repeat what you said off camera earlier. What's this? You would like to have fun? Nope, no fun allowed.
Yeah, he disturbs the flow of battle, and can be a thorn in an opponent's side if just to be able to go, no, sorry, just that zone ability. So that zone that can win you matches. That's so
big time. Yeah, it's nasty.
Wins you matches. I'm going to move on to Old Zod.
Yep.
I actually kind of like this. It's a very simple model, but it's quite nice. With 12 rice as well. He's got 1 melee. He's not a fighter. He doesn't care. Movement 4. He's got health of 5, range of 1, 1 key, can hold 10.
Yeah, that's nasty.
He's unarmed because he's got his hands in his little sleeves. Minus 2 strength because he's unarmed. He's fearless. He's got fortune. He's slow and he's got spirit 1. The reason why you're taking this model is because of this ability, which is called tax. So when an enemy model is within an aura, is within the aura's area of effect, uses a key feat or a key boost. The cost of the key token is increased by 1, and this model gains 1 key token. 10 inches, and you can do that for 2.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, so you have to be the active model, but the fact that someone can go, oh, cool, I'm going to be, I'm going to do, I'm going to boost, or I'm going to do a key feat. That's just great. Because that makes low cost model, so low key generating models, that's a thorn in their side. Like just the fact that like that's just a pain because it's like, oh cool, I got this really cool ability. Oh, I can't use it because I got to
Now
pay
it's going to
attention.
cost me an extra one. Oh, yeah.
And then he gains the benefit. It's really, really good. Prey as well. So for one key, so this model gains channel 10, 8 inches, and leech 10, 8 inches until the end phase. So you can just go, yeah, all your keys belongs to me.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. I think I will just. So, hold on 2 seconds. Fortune.
I just want to point out that this particular character, it's Chifu from Mulan. It's the annoying old guy that spends the entire movie correcting everybody and telling them off. It's the old guy that gets blown up in the tent.
Yeah.
Wow. It's that guy.
So this guy's ability. He's got the effect, which is fortune. So during key generation, this model's controller, so that you're controlling player, may flip a coin and call heads or tails. If the call is successful, double the number of key generated for this model. If it's not, it gains no key. So this is what I was talking about, like their gambling, ability. But it's optional. You may flip the coin, so you can go, okay, cool. If you want to cheat, you can take a two-headed coin and call heads all the time. Okay. But I'm saying, yeah, but like that's just a nice little perk to have, just in case you want to do it or you're feeling lucky. So yeah, that's what fortune's about.
If you're going to do this, I would argue that you need to get a proper coin with the hole in the middle of it. You can get them from eBay, get the Chinese coin. You can buy them at shops. Just buy the lucky gold coin that's given out in the red envelopes. You've got to do it that way. It's just the way it has to be done.
To be fair, though, if you really, really wanted to, like, if you wanted to use key tokens and this is your faction, or in case you play Bushido, those little coins make excellent key tokens. So if you want to buy a bunch of them, they're really, really cool. If you can get, I in fact have done that. I use them as key. But yeah, I like Old Zod for 12 rice. Like he's some
Old Zod was really, really good. I have to agree with you on that.
I said so. Old Zod. I like Old Zod.
Coming up next, we have Hanoko, who has some really pretty looking artwork. She costs 11. She's got 3 melee. She can boost it for 3. She only moves 4, which is interesting. She does have 6 wounds though. She has 3 range. She generates 1 and can hold 6 key. She's holding a Tanto, which is a -1. She's not a very large model. It makes sense. However, she also has a whip, which is a -3 strength. It's lightweight. Range of 2, 3, and 4, because, it's a whip. It kind of makes sense. She's got command animal, 3 within 6 inches, and order animal, 3 within 6 inches. And she's got an ability called Sick'em. When friendly animal models target or participate in melee exchange with chosen enemy model, they gain bravery and coordinated attack friendly until the end of phase. So, basically she just makes them better. Her whip has a unique effect. Models suffering wounds from a successful ranged attack by this model gain cowardly until the end phase. So she's a big dominatrix. She's like the tiniest little dominatrix you've ever heard. It's like, nope, you will do what you're told.
Okay. She's an animal tamer.
Yes, but it's not. This is the enemy that she's doing it to, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody likes to get whipped with anything. Like, that. Anyway,
The rest of this is when an enemy animal model attempts a melee or charge action against this model. It must take a key challenge test 5. If it fails, the activation ends and it loses an activation counter. So if you have animals... So this is probably going to be the temple, most likely. They're not the only one with animals, but they probably have the most. Ito have a few snakes. But if you're trying to go to her, she can basically shut them down.
Yeah. I'd actually argue probably that Silvermoon probably have the most animals. But yeah, because you've got like your bird, you've got your little mongoose guy, you've got access to the gorillas, you've got access to pit bulls, sorry, pit dogs, I should say. But yeah, no, that ability is really, really good. And animals generally have a very low key anyway, so that's risky. Tetsu has 2 key, like the bear, so I'll probably be able to succeed that, but that would give me pause that key feat. That's pretty cool. And animals are really good to take. And then and you usually in a lot of games, a lot of people play them because they're cheap and they fill that little filler. And that ability is really, really good.
Yeah.
The fact that they will lose if they fail an activation token is really cool. Yeah, I like her a lot. I think she's really cool. So if you really wanted to and you wanted to go very animal heavy, having her. There's also another one. There's also another gentleman in this faction that does that. He comes with a bird and a mongoose in his pack. He's also good to have. So if you wanted to have a lot of animal control, this she's quite good to have, especially in the starter.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about her pet, excuse me, which is Hakshushi, which is 10 rice. He's a jaguar. Oh, sorry, a leopard, I should say. No, not jaguar. He's melee 3, movement 5. He's got 5 health, no range, 2 key, so he's a little bit better than most animals. He's got bite, which you can take either powerful attack 1 or sidestep defense 0. Bite doesn't have any strength on it. He's got aloof, assassin, camouflage 2, cloud walk, dodge 1, jump up, lightning reflexes, and 6th sense.
This thing is
unique
nasty.
effect for 10 rice. Yeah, he's brilliant. His unique effect, this model can be recruited into a warband containing a model which has command animal. Assassin is amazing if you can pull it off. So if you can assassin, the way it works is if you charge into the enemy, so if you attack a model from behind, you roll 3 dice in the damage phase and you can add 2 of them if you wanted to. So you can get quite some high numbers. Camouflage 2, which basically means that the model has to be with a model that doesn't have like detect or anything, has to be within 2 inches of you before they can move into combat. And he's got cloud walk, so he can move, he can jump over cover, and dodge 1 makes him quite good. And the fact that he's got lightning reflexes, and you've got sidestep defense, even if you're not active, you count as being going first. Like that's really, really good. And 6th sense, and we can't be surprised.
Yep. And he ignores the camouflage. Like it's really good.
Yeah. So he'd be a bane to ninjas, but yeah, for 10 rice, he is really, really good. He's a good leopard to have. Yep. Nice kitty. So in our sort of suggestions of like what we added, we talked about Fire Kami. We've covered Fire Kami previously before, but I'm happy to go again if you wanted to. Or
just very, very quickly. It's 8 rice each, 2 melee, 6-inch move. You can boost it to 1, range of 2. It can't generate ki, but it has 2 because it's its life force. It's got a close action fire attack, which is -1 strength, fire 1/2, combo attack 1. And it's also got fireball, which is fire 1/2, -1 strength, and it's 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I should probably,
yeah.
Yeah. I should probably mention that in the in the Silvermoon starter box set with no upgrades, all those models that we mentioned, not including this Fire Kami, equal 67 rice. So when you're playing a game, and obviously you probably want to play small, like 70 rice, gives you some options there of like abilities, some cards you can take. Fire Kami, especially with the Fire Monk, it's a must-have. You got to have one because
you'd be silly not to.
So we, in our grade, we sort of said, let's go Fire Kami, and then we took. I'm going to talk about this a pit dog.
Yep.
So it's an animal. So we're taking 1 pit dog. In the blister, if you get this, you get 2. They're 3 rice each. like they're a good little points filler if you don't to have. So as a Silvermoon player, you would probably definitely want to buy them.
Yep.
They're melee 2. They're only 3 health each. Movement 4. 1 key. They've got bite, which has no strength modifier. They're insignificant. They're light-footed. They're tiny, and they're tough 1. And the unique effect is when this model activates, it gains Fear 3 until the end of its activation. That's pretty good to have for like a cheap 3 rice model.
Yeah. I just want to, like, dogfighting is obviously something that's uncomfortable to talk about for obvious reasons, real world. But I like the fact that they've modelled these things after animals that we know for a fact were designed specifically for this sport. I'm not saying it's a sport, it's just that's what it was known at the time. So they've kept the real world and used the real world in their models, which I kind of like. Or at least inspired from.
What you're trying to say, is these sculpts are based on traditional sort of animals that they have out there.
Yeah,
they are, and they're mean looking. They've got the muscle. They're really cool. A lot of fun to paint up, and you can paint them however you want. And if you're a Staffy lover, you got to paint one up like your old Staffy model. For 3 rice, they're great. But we're only including 1 because that's what we had in it. But if you could take 2, take 2. But also the fact that this sort of ties in with the animal controller as well. She can command any animal, so it gives you another benefit as well.
Yeah,
that's cool. Go ahead.
The last one that we were looking at, well, the last 2, I should say, sorry, because they do come together, is we have Wasupu and Senpu. I'm going to start with Wasupu. So he costs you 11 rice. He's a Shite. Or Shite.
Senpu. Yeah, he's just a gangster.
Yep, pretty much. 3 melee. You boost it for 3. He moves 4. He's got 6 wounds. 3 range. Boost it for 3. Generates 1 key. Can hold 6. He's got a Tanto, which is -2. He's got a crossbow. We're finally getting one of those. Ammo 4. And it's got a +1 strength. Its range is 4, 8, and 12. He has Fortune, which we was discussing earlier. His 2 abilities, he has Strafe. So for 2, this model gains Rapid Fire 2 until the action is resolved. And Vital Strike for X. This model's ranged weapon gains Pierce X until the current activation is resolved. So if you wanted to save up that key and go for a really nasty strike, you really could do that. Obviously, if that's your game, then you're going to have to play that very carefully. Because if people realise what you're doing, they will shut you down before you get it off. His unique effect is during the starting phase, if this model has no ammo tokens, it can remove all ammo tokens and gain 4 ammo tokens. Sorry, remove all activation counters and gain 4 ammo tokens. So he can do that instead of a reload ability.
Yeah.
Did you want to cover Senpu?
Yeah, so I'll just quickly talk about Wasupu. So, the reason why we also talked about having these is for a faction that has so much option. We sort of wanted to have to give this this faction you've got the monk, he's your fighter. These guys would be supporting him. And also they sort of be generating key for old Zoe if they really needed to. But just the fact that this guy's got strafe and he's got the crossbow is quite potent.
Yeah.
For 11 dice, just that shooting is really, really good. And the fact that you can go, okay, I'm going to spend 3. So on Vital Strike, I'm going to spend 3 key on my shot, and I'm going to have Pierce 3. You're going to take down a samurai. You're going to do a lot of damage. But they're for 11 rice, he's brilliant. I'll talk about Senpu. So he's also a gangster. He's got 3 melee. He's 10 rice. 3 melee, can boost that for 3. He's got movement 4, 2 range. He's got 1 key, can hold 6. He's got butterfly swords. So he's got combo attack 1 and sweep attack 1. His butterfly swords have no strength modifier. He's got Fortune, so he's got the key ability as well there. He's got Range Defense 1. He's got Chain Attack, is his key ability for 2. So this model gains Combo Attack 0 until the end of the current activation is resolved. So, he can do quite a bit of damage on something that's got Durable. He's got Dirty Fighter as well for 2 key. Enemy models cannot declare the use of special attacks or defenses so in melee exchanges with this model until the current activation is resolved. That's really, really good.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah, and you have to be the active player, so you can go. If it's all open information in terms of what is on a person's card, and you can go what special attacks and stuff like that. You can use that if you really wanted to. That for 10 rice, that gives you he's an okay fighter. He's doesn't have any armor or anything like that, but he's pretty good, and they come together in the blister.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to use them even if say down the line he's going to be for 10 rice is something that you're going to be utilizing, depending on which way you want to go. That's why we want to include some models that you probably will be your go-to.
Yeah.
For Silvermoon.
And look, you can't be manipulative with everything. You do need some stuff that's actually going to do some damage as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So you've got Zone, and you've got the sumo judge. Referee. You need a little bit of a hit in there. You've got the monk. He's brilliant, but you just want some guys to be able to back him up if they needed to. So you just need something, and also the fact that this suggestion would also say give you some range, and Wasapu's got probably some very good range for this faction. Just that that unique effect is really good. For 11 rice, it's really good.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, there's heaps of options if you want. If you wanted to go down the sumo, so the faction, I know people that play Silvermoon for just the sumo. You've got some really, really cool options. I'll probably quickly just mention what's his name? Yeah, Yakuzana Akasashi for 20 rice. We'll bring up this guy's profile in the theme there. He's a beautiful model. He's amazing. He's like an old veteran sort of Buto sumo. He's got a big sort of hammer on his that he's sort of leaning on. He's got a really cool pose. So this is what we're sort of talking about. This will be a big heavy hitter for 20 rice. He's really good. Melee 3 can boost that for 3. He's got movement 4. He's a human. But this is where we're talking about how they're different. So as a Buto, look at his health. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 health.
It's 10, yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah. He's almost an Oni. It's really good. So he's got Jumbo. He's got Jumbo. He's got +2 strength. He's got push defense 0 and throw defense 0. So the Buto are all about pushing because they're sumo. He's got aware, endurance, fear 4, fearless, fortune, immovable, and tough 1. This guy's also really, really good. His key, he's got mocking blow. So for 2 key. When this model next deals damage as a result of a melee exchange, the opposing model gains an impetuous marker. So impetuous means that they will have to activate first.
Yeah.
So that can sort of throw a little bit of a curveball into your opponent's plan. Nice little option to have. Promo. So whenever target model makes a fear test against a Buto model, this model gains terror. That's for 2 key. And as opposed to key test, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rally, if you have the theme, makes it really so good. And terror is if they that cancels out bravery, which is really cool. Rally, so remove a frightened state from all friendly models in its pulse. So this will be quite good for your other guys as well, not just your Buto for 3 key. And his unique effect. Whilst this model has 2 or more unmarked wound boxes, reduce any damage taken, ensuring that this model has at least 1 unmarked wound box. It's quite good.
Yeah.
This is a unique ability.
It makes him just a little bit harder to kill.
Yeah, he's really good. So there's heaps, as we sort of were talking about, there's heaps of options of what you want to do. I just want to touch base on this guy because one, I really like the model, and two,
Yeah.
like if I was to ever do Silvermoon, I would probably lean on the Buto theme a lot. I really like it. So yeah.
Silvermoon Syndicate is definitely one of those factions it's not going to be a cakewalk. It is a faction that you're going to have to put some thought into. But I think we've got some options here that's definitely going to help you. If you wanted to go down the sumo rate, you're probably better off just buying those models, honestly. But if you're looking to start in the Silvermoon Syndicate and just get your footing first, the starter set's still probably the easiest place to start. There's less to get your head around. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but you've got more support models there that's going to make that journey a little bit easier to start with.
Yeah, they have a lot of, like, their starter set is just disturbs so much of the play. It's really it's
the referee in particular is, unless for some reason you've taken a theme that you're not allowed to use him, I would argue that he is must take. Like that referee is just too good, or judge.
I should also mention this Silvermoon event, a card. It's called Secrets. So it costs 2 rice. So whilst you bring that up, I'll just read it out. So during the starting phase, choose an enemy non-soulless model within 3 inches of any friendly model. That model must make a key challenge test of 6. If it fails, it gains 1 control marker. Now, it says it's 2 rice. You can take infinite. You can take as many as you want of these. So this is sort of like you're like, hey, those, I've got photos of you and that young girl down the road that, it's your best friend's girl. Like this is sort of bribery. This is where we're sort of talking about how this faction has a lot of control. Like, yeah, it's a key challenge test of 6 isn't quite easy to pass all the time. And if you have to take a lot of them, that's quite cool.
Yeah. No, that could definitely be helpful. All right. Well, thank you again. That is going to be our corrupt discussion for the day. Join us next week when we are going to be discussing the Shiho and the Shiho. We're covering 2 very different themes. Shiho are one of the factions that have 2 different starter sets, so there's going to be a little bit to talk about in that one.
Yes. So they got the Shiho starter and then the Open Rebellion box set. So your wolf clan, they're really cool.
Yep.
But that's for next week.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, Bruce.
Thanks for taking part. Thank you very much for checking out this video. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please like and subscribe. If you're in a position to do so, please check out patreon.com/gettingtabled. You receive early access to at least 80% of all videos that we put out, and you get access to the video edition of all of our podcasts the day that they're uploaded. If you'd like to check us out on social media, facebook.com/gettingtabled is the most active. We also have a Discord server. You can email our team at gettingtabled@gmail.com. If you're on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. And until next time,